Hello children, welcome to maths class. Today we are going to learn about the concept of patterns. In this chapter, the learning outcomes are how to identify natural and artificial patterns, defining line of symmetry, axis of symmetry and horizontal symmetry. Now in this concept, we are coming across some new words. What are these new words? Let us see. Pattern, natural pattern, man-made patterns, patterns in lines and shapes, number patterns, finite patterns, infinite patterns, reflection, mirror line, vertical symmetry, horizontal symmetry. These are the new words we are coming across in this chapter. Now we'll go with the concept. Children, just think, looking at these pictures, here a question is asked. Children, observe the following pictures. Can we divide these pictures into two equal parts by drawing a line through them? Here the question is asked the children. Here a small activity is given for you to think. After completing this concept, you will get a clear answer. Just think for a while. And once again, I'll read the question sheet. Can you divide these pictures into two equal parts by drawing a line through them? We have learnt in our previous class, patterns. A pattern is an arrangement of figures or designs in a certain way is called a pattern. Patterns means any arrangement of figures or designs in a certain way is called patterns. We can see patterns everywhere. Patterns can be natural or man-made. Now let us learn what are natural patterns and what are man-made patterns. Now let us see natural patterns. We observe natural patterns on stones, leaves of plants, stripes or spots on animals and so on. For example, here see one example picture is given here. The leaves of a plant. What is given? The leaf of a plant. Here the design is here arranged in a particular order. See here the leaves, all the stripes are arranged in a particular order. This arrangement also we can say it has a pattern. This also we can call it a this particular arrangement of this leaf is also called as a pattern. This pattern is a natural pattern. These leaves we can, all these are obtained from a nature, isn't it? We can say it has a natural pattern. The design on these leaves, everything is obtained from a nature. So we'll call it as a natural pattern. Let us see some more examples. For natural patterns, you have seen some pictures here. The flower, the design of this flower is arranged in a particular order, isn't it? Here, see the flower, and inside of this flower, everything is arranged in a particular design. So, it is all these obtained from a nature. So, we call order, isn't it? The spots on this animal, the spots are there. All these are obtained from a nature. So, we'll call it as a natural pattern. Let's see some more examples. Here all the stones are arranged. How see? A bigger one, small again, big, small. All these are arranged. Where we can see these stones in a beach. These also we can call it as a natural pattern. Now here. Have you seen these feathers? These are the peacock feathers. How nicely it was arranged. See the all these are also obtained from a nature. These arrangement, all these we can say it has a natural pattern. Now we'll go with the new one. Man-made patterns, artificial patterns. The both means the same. Man-made patterns and artificial patterns both means the same. Here, let us see what is an artificial pattern or man-made patterns. Patterns are made by humans. We create these patterns using general rule. We place all the item in the pattern according to that rule. What is it? Artificial patterns are made by humans. We create these patterns using general rule. We place all the items in the pattern according to that rule. That means a man will design anything. Here the gate is there. The gate is designed in a particular order in some rule, isn't it? By following one rule, we are designing the gate here. The gate design is, and here the boundary, the wooden boundary is there. It is also following some particular order. So these are also by following some general rule or particular rule will be designing all this. See some more examples here. The bricks and the design of the carpet. to the next one. Patterns in lines and shapes. Patterns in lines and shapes are created with repetitive basic lines or shapes. Now let us see patterns in lines. The first one. Now see the first two pictures here. One here horizontal line followed by vertical line, again a horizontal line. This is one type of line. And the next one is a vertical line is given. The next coming to the next two examples, you can see the same order it was followed. One is a horizontal, vertical, horizontal line and a vertical line and the same designs following. So we can say these lines are arranged in a pattern. Now see the patterns in shapes. Here the two shapes are given. What is it? A square and a circle. Again it is followed by the same order. A square, circle, square, circle. So these we can say has a pattern. Shapes are in patterns. Shapes are arranged in patterns. Okay children, now we'll go with the next one. Number patterns. Number patterns. What is the number pattern? Let us see here. A sequence of numbers followed in a specific rule is called a number pattern. What is it? A sequence of numbers following a specific rule is called a number pattern. We observe that multiplication tables have a pattern too. Now let us see here with two examples it is given. Odd numbers and even numbers. Now see the odd numbers here. For example, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, so on. Observe the numbers here. The numbers are going on increasing with some difference. How it is increasing? 1 after 3 means it's beginning from 1 and goes on increasing by 2. 1 plus 2, 3. 3 plus 2, 5. 5 plus 2, 7. 7 plus 2, 9. They are beginning from 1 and increasing by 2. Now see the next example, even numbers. What are the even numbers? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, so on. Here the even numbers are beginning from 2 and increasing by 2. Here also some specific rule is followed, isn't it? What is that rule? Plus 2, isn't it? For each number the number goes on increasing by 2. 2 plus 2, 4, 4 plus 2, 6, 6 plus 2, 8, 8 plus 2, 10, 10 plus 2, 12. The number goes on increasing, isn't it? So these we can take as an example of number patterns. Is it clear children? Now we'll go with the new one, another concept. Finite patterns. Here what is a finite pattern? Infinite pattern. Here we are going to learn about finite pattern and infinite patterns. Patterns that end after a few terms are called as finite patterns. Patterns that end after a few terms are called as finite patterns. What is it? Let us take an example of even numbers. If you take the even numbers 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, it goes on continuing. There is no end for the even numbers. That example, if I tell the even numbers from 2 to 10, if I'll say the even numbers starting from 2 and will end at a 10. If we'll say the even numbers from 2 to 10 means how do we say 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, isn't it? That means there is some end, isn't it? Those patterns we can say 2, 4, 6, 8 are also in a pattern. The numbers are going on in a pattern, but they are ending at some numbers. So these we can take as a finite patterns. Now see infinite patterns. Patterns that do not end are called infinite patterns. Patterns that do not end, then there will be no end for the numbers. No, then there's consider as a infinite patterns. If you tell the natural numbers from 1 to 10 means we'll start with 1 and we'll end it with some numbers after up to 10 will stop. So those we can say it has a finite patterns. All the natural numbers means 1, 2, 3, so on it goes on continue. There is no end. So those we can say it has a infinite patterns. Is it clear children? Now the next one here, patterns can be linear, circular or symmetrical. What is a linear patterns means? They can be either vertical or horizontal. What is it children? Patterns can be linear, circular or symmetrical. Linear patterns means they can be vertical or horizontal. Is that clear children? Now we'll again go on with a reflection. When an object is placed in front of a mirror, in the previous chapter we have discussed about reflection, isn't it? What is a reflection? When an object is placed in front of a mirror, we see its reflection. The reflection looks the same as an object. When any object is placed in front of a mirror, we see its reflection. The reflection looks the same as the object. We see reflections in mirror, water, oil or shiny surfaces. We see reflections in mirror, water, oil or shiny surfaces. Is it clear, children? Now we go with some examples here. Now observe the following figures given here. What are the figures given here? One geometrical shape and the letter M and the number 8. Now see here, for the geometrical shape here, a vertical line is given. Isn't it? Now if you'll see the reflection of both the images, do both the images are looking same? Yes. Why? It is a vertical line is given. But here horizontal line is drawn. Horizontal line shows for a water image, isn't it? Now the image also we are getting it a reverse image. For number 8 we are having one mirror image and a water image. How it is? A vertical line and a horizontal line, both are given. Now see the explanation here. In these figures, the part of one side of the dotted line looks the same as that on the other side. Now see the geometrical figure here. The part of one side of the figure is looking the same as the other side. That means thus the dotted line is like a mirror. The dotted line we call it is looking like a mirror and is called as a mirror line. What we can call the dotted line as a mirror line. Each part is a reflection of the other. Each part is a reflection of the other across the mirror line. So this line is called as a line of reflection. What we call that line as line of reflection. In a reflection, the object and the image have same shape and size. Here have you seen the geometrical shape here? Here the geometrical figure is drawn. Have you seen the picture? Both the pictures are of same size and same shape. That's what they are saying here. In a reflection, the object and the image have same shape and size. Okay, children? Now we'll go with the next one. Symmetrical. What is meant by symmetrical? An object that can divide into two or more equal parts is said to be symmetrical. Symmetrical means when an object that can be divided into two or more equal parts is said to be symmetrical. Previous class we have learnt about symmetry, line of symmetry, isn't it? Now we are taking the shape here. For example, here the square is given. Here a square, here how many lines of symmetry we got here? 2 lines of symmetry. If we divide them into 2 equal parts, here the line gets dividing an object into 2 equal parts. That line we call it as line of symmetry. And this line is also known as axis of symmetry. See children, one more. Once again, the line which divides an object into 2 equal parts is called a line of symmetry. Here the shape is divided in the square shape is there, isn't it? Here the line is dividing the shape into 2 equal parts. That line is called as line of symmetry. This line of symmetry is also known as axis of symmetry. Line of symmetry we can also call as axis of symmetry. Is it clear, children? Now see here. Here we had 2 examples here. Vertical symmetry and horizontal symmetry. What is it? Vertical symmetry and horizontal symmetry. Vertical symmetry and horizontal symmetry. Here what we had here? Vertical symmetry and horizontal symmetry. Now see this vertical symmetry here. Now see children, here we are having vertical symmetry and a horizontal symmetry. Let us see what is this vertical symmetry. In a vertical symmetry, an object or shape is divided into equal left or right halves. The line of symmetry in such cases is known as vertical line of symmetry. Once again, In a vertical symmetry, an object or shape is divided into equal left and right halves. The line of symmetry in such cases is known as vertical line of symmetry. For example, here the geometrical figure triangle, the letters W, A, O is given. Here vertical line of symmetry is drawn for these shapes. If we will draw this vertical line, this line of symmetry, vertical line is dividing the shapes into two equal halves. Equal halves, the both halves will be, look at the same shape and size. That vertical line is called as vertical line of symmetry. Once again, what is vertical line, vertical symmetry? Vertical symmetry, an object or shape is divided into equal left and right halves. The line of symmetry in such cases is known as vertical line of symmetry. The next one is horizontal line of symmetry. In a horizontal symmetry, an object or shape is divided into equal top and bottom halves. The top and bottom halves. The line of symmetry in such cases is called horizontal line of symmetry. See, for example, here a square is taken. For the square, we have drawn a horizontal line of symmetry. If you will see both the half, it is divided into two halves. How are having the same shape and sizes, and that line we call it as horizontal line of symmetry. Here we can draw for the square and one vertical line of symmetry also, isn't it? In such cases, when an object can have vertical or horizontal or both, has the line of symmetry. What is it? Some objects can have vertical or horizontal or both the lines of symmetry. Is it clear, children, what we have learned now? Vertical symmetry and horizontal symmetry. Is it clear, children? Now we have learned in this concept patterns. Children, in this chapter we have learned about patterns, natural patterns, man-made patterns, number patterns, patterns in lines and shapes, reflection, symmetry, vertical symmetry, horizontal symmetry. Isn't, children? Thank you, children. Have a nice day.